do some running around today. Got to go to parts store, Harbor Freight, Walmart, things like that. But I'm gonna get back to the house. I'm gonna start working on the car. Gotta get it up on jack stands, and gotta get the passenger side wheel off and the hub off so we can take it out to our parts guy and get a new wheel bearing or the shot. So get back to the house, open up the shop. My brother's gonna be out there working on some motors and stuff, so y'all get to meet him. But let's see how much video we can get done, how much stuff we can get done on the car. I got a couple little tinkering things we need to do. My rear deck lid, it catches air and floats up in the air whenever I'm going down the backstretch or anything. Because when we were putting the body on, we were kind of in a hurry and didn't have time to, build like a little thing for the deck lid to go under on the front side. So we'll try to get one of those figured out today. It's not gonna be professionally done or anything, but it'll hold it down while we're out in Vegas. So gotta take some measurements, make sure the body's legal, deck height and stuff like that. Since IMCA came out with that rule, I think it's 42 inches to the top of the tailpiece. So we gotta make sure we clear that. Really need to get the jack stands underneath it and get the drive shaft out so we can, start getting ready to put the motor in. But yeah, so let's see what we can get done out here today. All right, we're back out here in the shop. As you can see here in Colorado, it snowed. But yeah, so what I was talking about with my my deck lid is right here. My deck lid just sits up here, and it, just flops in the wind. So got these pieces right here. We're gonna rivet them to here and then probably cut them like right here somewhere. So the deck lid will slide underneath and the wind will just go right off of it. So yeah, that's the plan with that deal. But yeah, let's get this deal up on jack stands and see what we can do. All right, we got it up on jack stands. Get ready to take this tire right here off because the wheel bearing in this wheel is bad. So we need to get it off and take it out. Like I said earlier, take it out to our parts guy and see if we can get the right one. But that needs to get done, and then need to build little fins right here. Like normal stock car, here and over there, if I can find enough metal to do it. But yeah, let's set you guys down right over here, and so you can watch me take this wool off and get the brake copper off and the wheel bearing out. All right, guys. Sorry, that was a little bit of a process. The rear seal was pretty stuck in there, but I got it all out. Found out something that I did not know. Let me go and flip this around. I had a bearing spacer. Did not know that. It's good to know that I do have one of those. So that makes life a little bit easier when it comes to setting bearings. You can pretty much squish it down all the way, and that bearing spacer will keep it from squishing the bearing so the wheel doesn't stop. So you can set your bearing spacer right to where you need it, and then tighten down the castle nut all the way, and the wheel will still spin freely. So next on the agenda is to clean up all my trash out of the car, because off-season race car, it turns into a trash can. So we're gonna find you a good place to sit, and we'll clean that out, and then we are going to start working on building my little fins right here. Need to get that done, and then we will start working on the deck lid. So, because I wait for my brother to come out here, he wants to look at the wheel bearing and everything, because I personally don't think the wheel bearing is bad. I think the bearing spacer was put in wrong. So he's gonna look at it and figure out what the next course of action is on that. So let's find you a good spot to sit, and let me clean this deal out, and we'll work on the deck lid, and then we'll do the fins. Got a little cat out here. He's just chilling. All right, so I got the first one drilled out and everything, and got the deck lid back on and all that stuff, but I don't know how well this is gonna turn out. So we're gonna definitely give it a shot here and see if it works. Because at Vegas half-mile track, definitely do not need to be having like a parachute back here. It's on there pretty good. Let's go and drill another hole here. Put this here. Oh, that might work pretty good, guys. You know, so we'll go on and do the rest of them. Put you guys on a quick little time lapse. All right, so you can see what we did here now. We added this little deal. Kind of keep this from flapping up in the wind, because normally whenever I'm going down racing, this thing right here, it's all... I actually have a picture of it that I'll put in here to just kind of show you what it did before. The only thing this is going to make it a pain to do is, so this is my access panel to all my lead and everything that's underneath there. So that's going to be a pain to get to now, but I'd rather have a pain to get to than have a parachute slowing me down when I'm racing. So, because it used to come in and it gets stuck here, and when it got stuck here, it was just slowing me down and slowing me down. So we're trying to avoid all that now. I did so last video I was talking about how I wasn't going to change the body and all that stuff. I have a buddy of mine who offered to give me one of his old bodies. It's not new, but it'll definitely in better shape than this one. Because as you can tell, this one's been patched together and everything like that. So I don't think I showed you guys the other side of the car, but as you can tell, it's all beat up. You know, it's got a huge dent in it right there and everything like that. So we're gonna not 100% sure if I'm gonna go before we leave for Vegas or after we get back from Vegas to pick it up. I know this body's going to Vegas with me for sure. I mean, I do have enough time to go out there, get it, and put that body on, but I'm not sure if I want to go through all that work. At least, I mean, I could go out there and get the doors at least and put those doors on here to avoid having to do all this patchwork and everything, and then putting my stickers on, at least my door numbers on this body, and then having to have, you know, new decals made. So we got this deal taken care of now, so that's on there. Now I won't be catching wind and lifting this deal up. My brother's out here working on my bearing spacer. What's up? Oh, just making a video. There's my brother. So yeah, he's working on the bearing spacer, trying to get it figured out. We gotta take the spindle off and that one because they're table set. Yeah, so here it is over here. Right there, that's my bearing spacer. You know, it's an old one, but definitely didn't know we had them, so that's a good deal. So yeah, we'll try to get some video of him working on that. My brother is pretty much making an executive decision. He said we have enough time. So we'll think about it tonight on going out there, getting that body and seeing if we can get it on in time. It's gonna be a rush, and trying to figure out how we're gonna get it on here, because it's one of those the quarter bodies. So we gotta grind this off right here, and it hangs from there. So I keep my stock quarters, rear quarters, and then it's a fabricated door here, and then the fenders are fabricated as well. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they have the factory lip right here. But we'll keep you updated on that, and we're gonna try to maybe go out there and get it. My buddy lives out in Yoder, so it's a ways out there for us. It's a 100-mile round trip for us, so we'll keep you updated on that. So since we're pretty much at a standpoint on the car for right now, my brother decided we are going to go get that body and try to clean this deal up a little bit before we head to Vegas. So in the meantime, right now, I'm gonna set you guys up, and you guys are gonna watch him work on a head from an LS, and he'll try to teach you a thing or two.
What we're working with right now is an 862 LS base iron block head. These come on mainly 5.3s of the Gen 3 model. So between 99 to, I believe it was 04, 05, somewhere maybe around in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we're just going to be disassembling these to clean them up and do a little bit of a valve job on them. And I'll show you a real easy way, pole guy way of doing things, because I'm cheap. So first things first, when these things are under a lot of stress while they're running, the keepers here will get lodged, like they're supposed to, into the retainers, which are these caps that are on these springs. So before you try and disassemble them or take the spring off, what you want to do is you want to take a hammer. It doesn't have to be a big hammer, it's just one I got right here. Don't smack the top of the valve. What you're going to do is you're going to take it right on the corner here and just tap. Okay? And what you'll hear sometimes, you'll hear like a thud if it's sealed to it. And then you'll hear kind of a springy sound like we just heard there if it is let go. That means you're good, you're moving to the next one. And just go down the line. See how that sounds? That means it's locked. Okay, now it's loose. That sound that it just made, that's what you're looking for. And that loosens everything up. That way you can stand this thing up. Pardon my mess. And you can get them on Facebook, you can get them on Amazon, you can get them from GM. There's different valve spring removal tools. There's one specific one that they use for the LS, but these old school types work pretty well too. You can get these on Amazon. Seems to be the cheapest place to get it, for somewhere between $60 and $120, just depending on how badass you want to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to slide it over here onto, okay, you set it on there best you can, and then you're going to spring down. Let it come down. Okay, now hold tension on it, that way it doesn't fly out and sling everything everywhere. And then you take your keepers off. That's these little things right here. And then slowly release the pressure. Spring comes off. There's your retainer, and there's your spring. And that's how you do it. And whenever you want to just push the valve, pull it out, see? Whoop, that's it.
All right, so my brother made the decision. We are headed to Yoder to get the body. Try to get some video of us driving out there. All right, so we had to stop and get some fuel, but got the body. It came with 2 doors, 2 rear quarters, 4 front fenders, and that's about it. And a hood. It did come with a hood. So now we'll get this stuff home. Probably unload it tomorrow after I get off work, and then see what we can do about possibly getting it put on. It's gonna be a lot of work and a little bit of time, so we'll see if we can get it done.